We are going to be altering a ton of clothes today. Hello and welcome, my name is Bianca and this is a place to inspire and to be inspired. I love all things crafting and creating on a budget. And I am just a girl, so I love following trends that I see on Pinterest, but I don't always have the cash for it, which is why I enjoy thrifting and finding more affordable options because I can just take them home and alter them to fit the way that I want. And this is the sewing machine that I'm going to be using. It is the Singer Fashion Mate. I've been using it for years. It is a very beginner-friendly sewing machine. I am not a professional. When I was really young, I learned the basics of sewing, and I mean the basics. So I'm not a professional tailor or a seamstress, but I have been altering my own clothes for over a decade. Today I have 10 items that I want to try and alter. Most of them are going to be very simple alterations, so let's see how much we can get through today. Here's a quick little summary of all the items we're going to be altering today. I have this little denim dress that I want to take in on the sides. For this corset top, I just need to add a couple stitches at the top because as you can see, the fabric's not connected. I thrifted this top over a year ago, and I think if I cut the sleeves off entirely and made it a tank top, I think I would actually wear it a lot more. And for the next two tops, I'm just going to be taking them in at the waist a little bit to make them more flattering. And this one here stretches out a ton after I wear it. This top used to have little buttons on the arms that would allow you to roll up the sleeves, but the buttons are no longer there, so we're going to be hemming the sleeves to make them shorter. And then this little mini skirt here, I think it's really cute, but I just want it to be a smidge shorter, so we're just going to be hemming the bottom of the skirt. And then this slip maxi skirt I think is really cute, but I just don't wear it, and I think it would have more use if I just had a little mini slip skirt, so that's what we're going to do. And then for the next two skirts, we're going to be taking them in at the waist because I thrifted them and they're just a bit too big, but if I add a few darts to each of them, they will fit perfectly. Now I need to figure out what color thread to use for each piece, and I'm going to categorize them by thread color. That way I don't have to constantly change out my thread. So this denim dress that I'm wearing, I'm also going to be altering, and it has that classic denim gold thread. So that will actually match with this perfectly. And I think that this I can also get away with using the gold color. That's not a toy. This is how I would like the dress to fit. Obviously, it's a bit boxy on the side, so we need to take in a lot of this fabric. It burns. We're gonna start with this denim dress. I have my little pin cushion here. I wish I had one of the ones that, you know, it was like a bracelet and you like have all your pins in there. I'm just gonna set this here for now. The best way to do these alterations is to turn the article of clothing inside out. I already have the dress inside out and you can see here like how wide this is. I want like all of this gone. I'm gonna start by doing one pin on each side here just to make sure it's even. Since this dress has buttons down the front, I'm actually able to make it more form-fitting. Otherwise, I would have to leave enough room to still pull it over my head. Is anyone else watching Tell Me Lies on Hulu? Because I'm on season 2 now and it's so good, but the next 2 episodes haven't been released yet, so I think I have to wait until tomorrow to watch the next couple episodes. The reason why I think it's so relatable to so many women is because we've all known or dated a Steven. It's kind of funny because Steven is my dad's name, but the character Steven in the show is a sociopathic narcissist. So yeah, you guys should watch it and then we can have a discussion in the comments because it's so good. So I have 2 different chalks that I like to use. Sometimes this one works better and then sometimes this one works better. So we're going to start with this one and see how we do. So I'm just going to mark where my pins were. Now we're going to do the same thing to this side. And now we can remove all of our pins and then we're just going to sew along this white line here. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys how I would style the denim dress. It still has a looser fit, but it just follows the shape of my body better. Now it doesn't look as boxy as it did before. I mentioned in my last video that I really want a pair of Frye boots. I haven't found any yet or any lookalikes. So until I can get my hands on a pair of tan leather boots, I think these burgundy ones look really cute. And I thought it would also be cute if I had this little cardigan. I feel like I should be going to a little pumpkin patch. It's just 10 times more flattering in my opinion. So on to the next one. So this next one's going to be extremely quick and easy. I want these 2 pieces to stay together, so I'm just going to do a really simple stitch here. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So now we just need to relace our string. And she matches my drink. This top is from Princess Polly. I have a few different tops like this from them, and I always get a ton of compliments when I wear them. I would recommend sizing up though. And here's how the top turned out. I will do a close-up so you guys can see, and I'll show the before right next to it too, because I feel like this one was really simple. So I have it paired with a little flowy skirt and some Western boots. And we're going to be chopping the sleeves off of this one, so I'm going to turn it inside out just so that I can see where the hem is. You can see where a serger was used on this, so I'm just going to be cutting on the outside of that serged hem because I want to keep that. So now this is how she's looking. We just need to hem it. As you can see, this is the serged edge, and I'm just going to fold it in twice. And then I'm going to do a stitch along this around each armhole. Isn't she cute? I think it looks so much better as a tank top. And I live in Florida, so I'm going to get a lot more wear out of it this way. I think it's cute paired with a black mini skirt and some boots again. Also, I think, oh my god, Duck has the zoomies, and it's always after he poops in his litter box. He wants to run all over the bed and all over the pillows. Anyway, so yeah, this is how I would style it, and I think it turned out really good without the sleeves. For me personally, this is going to be a lot more wearable. I've had it in my closet for months, and I think I maybe wore it one time. So now we'll see if we get more wears out of it. So here's the mini skirt. Underneath, it does have shorts, and I'm hoping I'm not going to have to hem the shorts. I'm going to use this line as my guide, so it's going to be super easy, and that's where I'm going to have the bottom of my hem. And then I'm just going to sew along the bottom here, and then if I like the length, I will cut off the extra. And I'm going to keep this seam here matched up with this side of the foot. And now we have a green mini skirt. It was already a mini skirt, but now it's an even shorter mini skirt. And I styled this with a baby tee and then an oversized denim jacket. The colors are still giving summer, but I feel like with a jacket or a sweater, it could be a fall transitional piece. So just imagine this with some Frye boots. I feel like every outfit I wear would just be that much better with a pair of campus Frye boots. Yeah. For this top, we're going to be doing the same thing we did for our denim dress. I have this on inside out, so we're just going to mark where we want to take it in. I want the width at the bottom to stay the same, so most of my fabric is going to be taken out on the sides here, and then it's going to taper towards the bottom and then taper up towards the armpit as well. So I'm just going to add a couple pins on each side. And now we can take it off and then mark it with our chalk. So for this, I'm going to be using my blue chalk because I think I'll be able to see it a little bit better. Okay, we just pulled up to Hobby Lobby because I ran out of black thread. Not even halfway through our first project using black thread. We need to stock up on some more and then we'll get back to our project. So this one, I feel like you can't really tell the difference. I took in at least 2 inches off of each side, so it does have a little bit nicer of a shape, but it's still pretty boxy. And this is not stretch fabric, so if I were to take in any more, I wouldn't be able to get it over my head. I still feel like this top is looking a little frumpy, and I don't know what else to do. I thought maybe I could like crop it, and maybe it would be cuter as a cropped top, but I feel like this is too business casual, and it's not really my style. I don't really know what else to do with this top, so let me know if you guys have any suggestions. This is our next alteration. I just want to get rid of this extra fabric here in the middle when I put it on because it is very stretchy. Instead of taking in each side, I think I'm going to remove this tag and then I'm going to basically make a dart. So I'm going to take away more fabric here at the bottom and then it's going to taper up here. So very little is going to come off of the top here. So if I fold this in half, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take away a couple inches here, then I'm going to taper to the top here. So here's what the seam down the back looks like. I don't think it's very noticeable. And once we try this on, if it fits the way that we want, then we can get rid of this extra fabric here. I don't think you're going to be able to notice the difference between this top. I took in a decent amount, as you saw. You really can't tell by looking at it, but wearing it, it just feels a lot snugger. And as I wear it, it's not going to stretch out as much as it used to. By the end of the day wearing this, it would just be so saggy. And now I feel like we kind of got rid of that problem. And so I just paired this with some chunky black boots. But I feel like this would also be really cute with this jacket as a fall transitional piece. And when you look at the back, I feel like it looks purposeful. Like, I don't feel like you look at it and you're like, oh, clearly she altered this at home. I feel like it looks clean enough and it blends and it just gives a nicer shape. So to shorten this skirt, I'm actually just gonna cut straight across here. And then I'm going to cut off this hem at the bottom and then re-sew it onto here. And this looks about even, so we are in the clear, and now we can just cut off the trim from the bottom of this. So now we're just going to attach this to the bottom here, and we're going to sew this all the way around. So now this is the perfect mini slip skirt. This sweater is kind of cropped, so I think I need to thrift for some more full length sweaters. I like the oversized look, but I just feel like this should be a little bit longer. That way the slip skirt's only peeking out at the bottom a little bit. And now I repurposed a skirt that's been sitting in my closet for a year. So I feel like this was a win. We have 3 more to go. So now for the brown maxi skirt, I have it inside out again, and I have a couple pins. And we're just going to be doing a dart down the side. So for this spot here, I'm just going to mark how much fabric needs to be taken in. And then all I'm going to do is taper it a few inches. So I'm going to add my first pin here. And then we'll do one more. And now we can mark it with our chalk and then sew it. All I had to do for this skirt was make a really simple dart, and now it fits perfectly. And I just feel like this is a really fun flowy skirt, and I think this knitted cropped sweater goes well with it because it's also flowy. For fall, I would probably just wear boots with this, but I'm sweating trying to get these projects finished by the end of the day, and I'm running out of sunlight. So we're just gonna do without the boots for this one because I'm sure you can imagine it. Some little boots. And now for this one, we're going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to turn it inside out, and I'm going to do a dart down the side here. And I just went ahead and tried it on. So now I'm going to mark this spot here. I can take these pins out. And now I'm just going to taper this so that it follows this line here and then meets up at this seam. This one is definitely a Y2K inspired outfit. I feel like it's more summery. I don't have the right pieces right now to style this for fall. I still feel like the color of this one is more spring and summer. So I might just be keeping this one in the closet until next year. So we have one project left and maybe like 45 minutes left of sunlight. So we're nearing the finish line. Okay, for this top, I'm gonna turn it inside out so that we can work on the sleeves. So I'm going to sew along this line here, and then I'm also going to do a little hem along this line. We are finally finished with a full day of clothing alterations. This was probably one of the more simple ones. The before and after from this one is nothing crazy. We just shortened up the sleeves a little bit. And I'm getting a little lazy with the styling, so just imagine this with a pair of Frye boots. So that's all for today's video. I hope you guys got inspired by something in this video. If you did, please let me know in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next week.